Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. It's hard to ignore the buzz surrounding the Steelers as we inch closer to the start of the 2024 NFL season. The offseason has brought some intriguing changes, some strategic moves, and a lot of excitement among fans who are eager to see how this team will shape up. But what's really caught everyone's attention right now is the emergence of a new player who, in just a few weeks of training camp, has made a significant impression on the coaching staff. And I'm talking about none other than Daniel Ekuale, the defensive lineman who recently joined the Steelers as a free agent and seems determined to carve out a vital role in this team's defensive front. Now, for those of you who follow the Steelers closely, you know that the team's defense has historically been one of the pillars of their success, especially during their Super Bowl-winning years. The Steel Curtain of the 70s, the fierce defenses of the early 2000s, and even the more recent squads have all been built around tough, physical, and technically sound defensive lines. And this year, with the addition of Ecuail, there's a renewed sense of optimism that the Steelers are trying to build a defensive front that can not only compete but dominate in this fiercely competitive AFC North. Let's dig a little deeper into who Daniel Ecuale is and what he brings to the table. Ecuale, a defensive tackle, has a reputation for being a gritty, relentless player. His journey to the NFL wasn't overnight, but his perseverance and work ethic have always been evident. Drafted out of college and having spent time with different teams, he's now found a promising new home in Pittsburgh. And the way he's been performing during the early stages of training camp has caught everyone's attention. Reports from the team's practice sessions indicate that Ecuale is not just participating, but standing out with his explosive burst off the line of scrimmage, his strength to hold ground against double teams, and his agility to pursue plays downfield. What's particularly impressive about Ecuale is his ability to combine speed and power, a rare trait that can be a game-changer for a defensive line. During drills and one-on-one matchups, he's shown a knack for penetrating gaps and disrupting the backfield. The Steelers' coaching staff, known for their strategic acumen and keen eye for talent, has been quick to recognize and praise his effort. Head coach Mike Tomlin, always emphasizing discipline and relentless pursuit, has openly spoken about the competitive spirit Ecuale brings and how that elevates the entire defensive unit. But it's not just about individual performance. Ecuale's presence seems to have a ripple effect, inspiring his teammates to elevate their game. Veteran players like Cam Hayward, a cornerstone of the Steelers' defense, have taken notice. Hayward, himself a highly respected leader, has been seen mentoring Ecuale during drills, sharing tips on leverage, hand placement, and reading offensive line cues. The chemistry and camaraderie developing on the field are promising signs for the team's chemistry come September. And as we all know, in the NFL, training camp is where the battles are won and lost, at least for securing a roster spot. The competition for the limited spots on the active roster is fierce, and every snap counts. Ecuale's performance so far has placed him in a strong position, but what really matters is whether he can translate that consistency into game-day impact. The coaching staff is watching closely, assessing his ability to hold his own against the run, rush the passer, and contribute to a cohesive defensive scheme. If he continues on this trajectory, he might just be the disruptive force the Steelers need to bolster their interior line. Now, let's talk a little about what this means for the Steelers' overall strategy. The team has been making calculated moves this offseason, aiming to improve their pass rush and run defense. Addition of Ecuale complements existing players like Larry Ogunjobi and Cam Hayward, creating a formidable rotation that can keep players fresh and maintain high intensity throughout the game. Pittsburgh's defense has historically thrived on depth and versatility, and Ecuale's ability to play multiple roles along the line gives them even more flexibility. Moreover, with the AFC North being one of the most physically demanding divisions in the league, having a stout defensive front is crucial. The Bengals, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, and even Deshaun Watson's evolving offense in Cleveland all rely heavily on strong fronts and disciplined pass rushes. The Steelers know that to stay competitive, especially if they want to contend for a playoff spot and push deep into the postseason, they need to be dominant up front. Ecuail's ascent is a welcome development in that regard. Switching gears a bit, it's worth mentioning that the Steelers' defense has always been built around a culture of toughness and resilience. The franchise's identity has been shaped by players who refuse to give up, who fight for every inch, and who understand the importance of discipline. Ecuail fits right into that mold. His work ethic during camp, his attitude, and his willingness to learn from veterans show that he's committed not just to making the team, but to becoming a key contributor. That kind of mentality is contagious and can elevate the entire defensive unit. Of course, we should temper our expectations. A little training camp is just the beginning, but the early signs are promising. The coaching staff isn't just looking at raw talent, they're evaluating intangibles like football IQ, leadership potential, and how well a player adapts to the team's scheme. If Ecuail continues to impress, he could be in line for a significant role, maybe even earning starter snaps or at least valuable rotational minutes that can help the Steelers control the line of scrimmage. Now, let's not forget about the fans. Steelers Nation is known for its passionate, loyal support, and now with a new player making waves, expectations are rising. Fans are eager to see Ecuail in action during the preseason games. They want to witness firsthand whether he can translate his practice performance into game day impact. And honestly, that's what makes following this team so exciting. Every player, every snap, every game is a new chapter in the ongoing story of Pittsburgh football. Looking ahead, the Steelers have a lot to be optimistic about. The team's defense has a solid foundation, and the addition of players like Ecuail adds depth and talent that can make a real difference. The coaching staff's focus on developing players, combined with the veteran leadership on defense, creates an environment where young talents can thrive. If Ecuail keeps this pace, he might just become one of the unsung heroes of the Steelers' 2024 season. And let's remember, the NFL is a league of adjustments. Opponents will study game tape, and Ecuail's performance in practice will be scrutinized even more as the season gets closer. The challenge will be maintaining consistency and stepping up when the team needs him most. But if the early signs hold true, and he continues to develop, he could be a crucial piece in Pittsburgh's defensive puzzle. As we wrap up, I want to emphasize how exciting this development is for Steelers fans. Watching a player like Ecuail rise from relative anonymity to someone who could be a game changer is exactly what makes football so captivating. The journey from training camp to game day is filled with highs and lows, but the energy and hope are always palpable, especially in Pittsburgh, where football is more than just a sport, it's part of the city's DNA. So as we keep a close eye on Ecuail's progress, let's also keep in mind the bigger picture. The Steelers are building something special this year. The defense, the offense, the coaching staff, everyone is working tirelessly to bring a championship back to Pittsburgh. And with players like Daniel Ecuail stepping up and making an impression, the path looks promising. The season is just around the corner, and the excitement is building by the day. Remember, every training session, every play, every effort counts. And Steelers Nation, you are part of this incredible journey. The passion, the support, the energy, you make this team what it is. So stay tuned, keep your eyes on the field, and get ready for an exciting season ahead. The Steelers are coming, and they're coming with a vengeance, fueled by new talent, old-school grit, and the relentless spirit that defines Pittsburgh football. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on Daniel Ecuail's early impact? Do you see him becoming a key player in this upcoming season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Whether you think he'll be a breakout star or a solid rotational piece, we want to know what you're thinking. Remember, your voice helps shape the conversation and keeps the Steelers Nation as strong as ever. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and news about your favorite team. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep that Steelers spirit alive. This season promises to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and with players like Daniel Ecuail stepping up, the future looks bright for Pittsburgh. Thanks for being with us, and let's gear up for what's coming next.